On this very late episode 3 of Pints of Interest, we give you some beer news, have a taste-off between 4 summer-appropriate beers, and let you know what food and entertainment will pair best with the winter. All of this coming up on Pints of Interest. Alright, well I guess we're going to get a little smoky here, but welcome to Pints of Interest, coming to you from very smoky Chambersburg, PA. I'm Drew.
Ryan.
And I'm Tom.
Alright, what we have for you today are summer ales. That'd be why we are in the great outdoors right now. Beautiful day on Father's Day that we're doing this. We're actually setting up some grilling that's going to be going on from the chef. That's why we're getting a little smoky right now. We've kind of tried to wait for that to die down a bit. It's not really happening. The wind keeps shifting, moving things around. Well, yes, this is our smoked episode. This is our jerkied episode that we have here. We'll mention that, hey, it's summer, you grilled, you're going to have some smoke, but you're going to enjoy it and have some beers. So, with that said, beer news. Beer news this week. And this week is probably going to be a couple weeks ago for you, but we are working on getting it actually up to date. Beer news for us, let's see here. What I'm going to look at this week is the Rug beer. This is for Salted beer. This is a beer machine that they develop where you put your money in. It has a meter along the side, which I will describe then, and you need to tackle the machine physically to get the beer out of it. So once you put it in, you have to hit it hard enough for this meter to go up into the green area, and then it will dispense its beer to you. You need to nail this thing, the beer comes out, you get your beer. People absolutely seem to love this thing. Apparently, they've taken around to a variety of bars, and their beer sales have gone up 25%.
Oh, wow.
Just from having this machine there.
You get a little
it's
bit
a novelty,
alcohol.
it's awesome.
It's a competition then to see who can get the
kicks
meter
ass.
higher.
Now, what's interesting is the meter is called the pussy meter. You nail this thing, beer comes out, you get to drink the Salta beer. I've never had Salta, I don't know, it might be the equivalent of Coors or Budweiser. So that's that beer story. Do you want to?
Yeah, one of the other things we're looking at in the beer news, they're going to have a really cool sounding beer fest in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Very cool beer fest.
Unfortunately, we can't get to it because it's about 7 hours from us and the notice was very low. I found out about this through our beer on Reddit, so props to you. But what really makes it special is they're going to have the first of both a tasting and the ability to buy gift packs of Westverladeren 12, which is by many sources regarded as the either best or second best beer in the world. It's produced by the St. Sixtus Brewery, which is a very small abbey, Trappist abbey in Belgium.
Monks.
Yeah, there's 24 monks. They make 50,000 cases a year. Normally, you are not allowed to get it outside of Belgium. You have to call them and physically drive to the abbey and pick it up by appointment.
A case per car, I believe, is
you're
max.
only allowed a case per car, period. They're going to, this year, do a gift pack of 6 bottles and 2 commemorative glasses, and it's only going to be this year and never again. If you're in the Massachusetts area and you can get to, and it's called The Festival, that's the name of it.
It's in like an opera hall or something?
Mechanics Hall. It looks like an opera hall. It looks like a really neat place.
When this is going to be out, this is going to be well after the fact. If you got a chance to go there, let us know. Let us know how it was, because we wanted to go to it and we weren't able to.
We only got
about
a week's
7
notice
hours
that it
away.
wasn't happening.
It's a little tough. I have something else going on the weekend. But if you were able to go there, let us know on Twitter at Points of Interest, or Gmail us, or whatever. Just get in contact with us. Let us know how the fest was, if you thought it was pretty cool. What else do we have here?
What I have this week is the Burnside Brewing. I'm not sure where they are, out of Portland, Oregon. They were going to be releasing a beer called Kalima. I'm not sure the style exactly, but the India Parliament had an issue with this beer being labeled after their deity. So they've actually called someone from the US Embassy in India to their parliament. Well, apparently the most up-to-date thing now is that they are not going to be releasing it as Kalima. They've actually renamed it, called International Incident. That's from Burnside Brewing out of Portland,
All right,
Oregon.
well, if you get a chance for it, try some International Incident and taste the controversy.
Yes.
So now that we know that, I think we're going to finally move on to the summer beer tasting.
actual
So,
tasting.
as you know, before the summer beer tasting happens, before we taste it, we explain it.
Yep.
So, take it away, Beer Bear.
The heart of a summer beer is less a clear definition or recipe and more a list of desirable qualities. A good summer beer tends to have a light color, a low ABV, and a crisp finish. Sometimes there's a bit of citrus fruit, spice, or floral qualities added to the mix. These beers are meant to be drunk relatively cold as a refreshing relaxer that goes down easy. Some brewers will designate a beer specifically for summer, typically a summer ale or lager, while other beers just make for good summer drinking. A number of styles are summer appropriate: Wits, Saisons, Pilsners, Kolsch's, Blondes, Weissens. There's far too much to cover here, and we're going to have individual episodes on each of these styles, so we decided to give the Beer Bear some time off and just get to the tasting. Let the tasting commence.
And just as a reminder, base this off of 3 categories: aroma, taste, finish. Aroma is based out of 5 points, taste out of 10, and finish out of 7, giving a best possible total of 22 points. Now that might seem a little weird, but the reason we do that is basically to weight everything, that the taste is most important, followed by finish, and then aroma.
The first beer is Omer Traditional Blonde. It's a Belgian strong pale ale brewed by Bakker Brewery. The ABV is 8% and it costs $5.99.
So let's go ahead and give our first beer here a try of our summer ales. Now you see it's a nice light golden color. It's got a very floral fragrance to it. Flagrant.
Well, not only that, but there's a fruit sweetness there. I don't even know what
Oh,
it is.
yeah, you're right.
Apricot or...
Yeah, you might be right. It's very appealing.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
it makes
It
me
does
wanna
smell
drink
very
it.
nice.
It's a
yeah.
very appealing
I
smell
like
to it.
that.
All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to give this a try.
The aroma is a lot stronger than the actual flavor is to me.
Yeah, the flavor's more delicate
It's
than
very-
the fruit smell you get off the aroma. It's like a honey sweetness. It's something that definitely doesn't derive from sugar, but there's the sweet there, like fructose.
It's almost like a Belgian in a way, like its fizziness
I'm
and its
thinking of the-
initial
yeah,
taste.
it has a lot of carbonate.
It's got maybe a blonde,
Yeah,
actually.
blonde.
It's like
but I've never had
more
one like
towards
that.
a blonde, but this is interesting. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and rate this.
The second beer is Southampton Saison Deluxe. It's a Saison brewed by Southampton Public House. The ABV is 7.4% and it costs $12 for the larger bottle.
So we have our beer number 2 out, our next summer ale. This one's actually a little bit cloudier than our last one. Let's go ahead and give it an aroma smell. I'm getting like a toffee orange smell.
Yeah, I could see this more in the orange direction than the other.
Yeah. But just kind of a cloudier, a little bit of a heartier beer to this than maybe the lightness of the last one. Definitely that fruit taste there. I don't know if that's apricot or it's something
No,
of a
but
citrus variety.
Flavor-wise,
Yeah,
I
there's a little
totally
bit-
agree with you with the toffee. But I would consider this heavier than what I would
It
call
does have a
summer.
dry finish though as well, kind of like
It
the
does.
last one. It's a little bit harsh on the fizz.
Yes, the fizz is a little bit of a turnoff in a way because it's bam right there in the front.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead. We've tasted it, we've tried it, done all that, so we're gonna go ahead and rate it, and we'll be back with the next beer.
The third beer is Jerry's Summer Ale. It's a Kolsch brewed by DL Jerry Brewing Company. The ABV is 6% and it costs $1.99.
We are back here. We have beer 3 in front of us of the summer ales here. All right.
This one
It's much more golden colored, amber. Yeah, there's a fruitiness to it. It's actually kind of pleasant.
Oh, interesting.
It's
I
not-
like this
yeah,
one
it's
a
not
little bit better
unpleasant
than
in
the
any
second
way.
one.
So, gold color, low fizz, decent amount of carbonation going on here, kind of a fruity smell.
It looks
to
it looks nice. I mean, it looks pretty. It's nice and clear. You know, that nice.
I'm getting a little bit of yeast out of this one though, whereas I didn't out of the first two. There's a little bit of a grain yeast flavor in there. I don't get fruit or citrus out of this.
It's very consistent throughout. It's not a very complex taste. It's a very straightforward taste. What you're tasting at the beginning, you're tasting at the end, and that's it.
Yeah,
Same thing straight
pretty
throughout.
much.
and
Yeah,
then
it's
done.
very consistent.
It's different, but it's not as complex as some of the other tastes that we've had. So we're just going to finish this up then and move on to beer number 4.
Yep.
The fourth beer is Omegong's Vita. It's a Vit beer brewed by Brewery Omegong. The ABV is 5.1% and it costs $2.79.
All right, we have beer 4 here. This beer looks very interesting to us. Much lighter, much paler than all the other beers
So
that
far,
we've
all
had.
the other ones, yes.
This
Both Drew and I immediately said Vit beer when we saw this.
not much of a fizziness. Really
No.
small bubbles that are going around it. Pale.
Yeah. And you
It's
know,
very light. I don't get much of a citrus. Do you get citrus?
No, I don't.
No, it's almost all floral.
It's a nice.
It's very floral.
floral.
Regardless, interesting
right.
floral aroma. Not much else to it, but it's pleasant.
Now, really, I get a
Wow.
little bit. I get a little bit of the peppery that you would get with a wit.
I don't know if I consider it. Well, all right. Yeah, now you say that, maybe I go a little bit
It's a
closer.
Vit.
I'd stay with the Vit. Its taste though is just so not there.
I've always felt that way
so
about
it's-
Vit beers in general, though. I've
Yeah,
never
there's-
liked their
there's
flavor
not
overall because
much
it's so
to them.
not there.
This is a very,
It's not
very light taste.
Put off. I skew
He's
it
going to
either way,
finish
but
scoring
wild
this
card.
one, and we're going to go ahead and be back with the results.
Yeah.
After this.
In fourth place is Jerry's Summer Ale with an average score of 13. In third place is Southampton Saison Deluxe with an average score of 14. And in first place with an average score of 15.6 is Omer Traditional Blonde. Coming in second is Omegong's Vita with an average score of 14.6.
All right, people. We have our winner here. Obviously, we've already shown our winner to all of you. You know what it is, so we're going to go ahead and just reveal it right now. And it is our Omer Traditional, and it's a blonde. I friggin' called it, though I called just about all of them blonde, except for the
Well,
last one
yeah,
is
the
bit.
last
But I called this as a blonde. We obviously have another bottle of it. Unbeknownst to me, I had purchased a bottle of this at the Wooden Keg earlier just because it
Separately,
looked
yeah.
interesting. It won a World Beer Cup
Cup
in 2010
2010.
gold medal, and
And
that
now we
is
see why.
our winner. Just as our summer day is winding down, so does our summer episode. So I'm going to have Ryan here explain what we did as far as the summertime pairings are concerned.
As you saw throughout the episode, we had a lot of smoke going on because we were making these awesome burgers. These are
Mushrooms.
a 70-30 ground beef mixed with bison, which we find the bison tends to give a more beef than beef flavor, though it tends to be a bit dry, and that's why you mix it with ground beef. So we have those burgers going on, paired with a nice cucumber, tomato, and feta cheese salad with some Italian dressing. And I believe in some cases there also was some
Vegetables.
grilled mushroom and
summer
squash.
yellow
Summer
summer squash.
I
And,
did not
mushrooms.
manage to grab any of that, but it was there.
Great
So that's the
summertime
idea.
foods.
It's very around the grill kind of thing.
Yep, definitely around the grill kind of experience. I think as far as our pairings are concerned, we don't have it actually out here with us. But if you're going to do something, we're thinking summertime, it's outdoors. What you're going to want to pair this with is maybe instead of a movie, don't be indoors watching a movie or something. Just go to a rock show or a festival or something like that, or a sporting event. Just
something
something
where
that's
you're outside.
outdoors. You can really enjoy it.
Ah, who are we kidding? Of course we're going to recommend some stuff. First up is our summer game, Bonanza, a card game about bean farming, negotiation, and set collecting. In Bonanza, players are farmers trying to make money in the gritty, sexed-up world of bean farming. You start with a handful of bean cards and 2 bean fields. Each turn, a player plants the first bean from his hand into an available bean field, and he can choose to plant the next one if he desires. The more beans that are planted of a particular type means more money the farmer gets when the beans are harvested. Beans must be harvested from a bean field if a new bean type is going to be planted. Now, this would be fairly simple if players could change the order of cards in their hands. However, that is not allowed. The only way to get rid of beans you don't want is by negotiating with other players to make advantageous trades and remove the unwanted cards from your hand, thus changing the card order and your bean fate. You will also draw 2 cards from the deck each turn and place them face up on the table. You can either choose to plant them in your fields or see if another player is willing to trade for them. If you are unable to get rid of them via trading or even giving them away, you'll be forced to plant them, and damn the repercussions. The healthy amount of negotiation keeps the play interaction high and makes this an ideal social game. The concept and execution are fairly simple, and only a moderate-sized playing surface is needed, making it a game that can work outdoors. A particularly windy day could be a bit of a problem, but what card game doesn't have this issue? It's a simple and fun game that gets better the more players that are involved, and being able to accommodate 7 people makes this ideal for a bigger group. Our movie recommendation for this episode is Wet Hot American Summer. Now, this is not a comedy for everyone. Let me stress this. This is not for everyone. The humor is random, at times surreal, and completely absurdist. If you like comfortable humor where the setup leads to a logical joke, this isn't for you. Fans of the comedy troupe The State, which ran on MTV in the 90s, will be right at home with this, as it was written by and stars many of the State alum. What this movie does is parody the tropes of 80s summer camp movies by cramming the busiest final day of camp ever into a 90-minute movie. Some scenes, like the obvious and groan-worthy calling out of a sports underdog cliche, and storylines, such as Molly Shannon's growing relationship with a too-mature-for-his-age camper, fizzle. But when the movie hits, it's a total delight. Christopher Maloney, David Hyde Pierce, Janine Garofalo, Paul Rudd, Amy Poehler, Elizabeth Banks, and all the State members are in top form here. Bradley Cooper even shows up in a small role that may cause you to look at the sexiest man alive a little differently. Regardless, this is a cult comedy of the highest order, and while it may not be for you, it's at least worth giving a try. As of now, it's available for streaming on Netflix, so no excuse. Alright, on with the trailer.
Take a trip back to 1981 with the special people who made summer camp unforgettable.
You guys aren't supposed to be out of your bunks. You're in trouble.
The camp director.
4 campers are stuck in the ropes course. I meant to tell you about that yesterday. Could you get to it now?
The counselors.
Wait for me, Abby Bernstein. Wait for me, my darling.
Wait. I just want to take off my shirt.
The kitchen staff.
Finish up the taters. I'm gonna go fondle my sweaters.
Come on, what? You said you were gonna go fondle your sweaters.
No, I didn't.
The water sports.
Hey, Andy, can I take out the Mario bus?
Sure.
The nature hikes.
Out! Out!
And of course, who can forget the sex, the muggings, the cover-ups, the malaria, the psychotherapy.
Hello.
And the friendships that last a lifetime.
We want you to be the guest of honor at our wedding next week.
From USA Films and creators of TV's The State.
A renegade piece of Skylab heading right for the camp.
Oh my God.
It could kill us all.
Janine Garofalo, David Hyde Pierce, Paul Rudd, Christopher Maloney, and Molly Shannon.
Andy, have you seen my swimming buddy?
I was busy.
It's your job to make sure kids don't drown. Where are we going?
To a big secret pizza party.
Wet, hot American summer.
Any of these type of beers, you're going to want to enjoy a day like this that we've had today. That's slightly less smoky.
Yeah.
And just have a good time with these summer ales. Any of the ones actually that we've had, I think have really been recommended. It worked out that Omer worked out for the two of us. Not so much him, but you never know.
Your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
So I think that's all we need to vomit out of our
Head holes.
Yeah.
head holes. If you like it, put it in your head hole. as I've said before, and you know what? Only I have a beer here.
Do, yeah, so.
Here, you can have that one. Ryan can tough crap it.
So
for pints of interest. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll break it down.
Break it down.
Beer? You want to go to the bar and go? Yeah. Oh no. Let's go for this traditional blonde. The finish is like.
That was really neat. I was surprised by that. That's really neat. I am surprised by that.
Okay. Yes, we'll review chips.
I am awesome crazy.
You have to poke around a bit. If you want to poke around, maybe I'll mind.
Poke around, I can find it.
Poke around a little bit more.
Get in there. All the way in there.
I got bronchitis.
You can visit us at www.pintsofinterest.net to see new episodes, watch our minisodes, check out some beer news, and just generally chat about all things beer and entertainment. You can also find our cooking-oriented sister podcast, Pairings of Interest, at the Pints of Interest website. You can follow us on Twitter at Pints of Interest, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Pints of Interest. If you'd like to email us suggestions, questions, recommend beers, or whatever else, please contact us at pintsofinterest@gmail.com.